Where's your devotion? Where's your devotion?
Hi Scorpio, welcome to Maddie Tarot. I'm Maddie, and today we're going to be doing a general reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. So keep in mind, this is for November 16th through the 30th, 2022. Keep in mind that this is a general reading. It may not resonate for everybody from front to back. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. You may need to swap roles throughout the reading. I am just reading energies and deciphering a story the best I can from the messages. So you may need to swap roles as necessary. I could be talking about you, your person, and another individual or party at any time. Do not overextend or stretch yourself to make it fit. If it's not your story, it's not your story. But do check your other placements because your messages could be there. And I just want to say thank you if you have subscribed, and if you could like and subscribe and leave feedback. I try to reply to everybody, and I greatly appreciate your support on this channel. I'm really trying to grow it at this time, and I just, this is a passion of mine and I love it. And so we're kind of switching things up. If you notice, there's a new layout, and we're going to just, kind of be seeing what works. And I am open to suggestions, so please feel free to leave me feedback and in the comments and everything. Okay, so I've already cleansed the space, cleansed the decks, pre-shuffled, and meditated on the collective conscious of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Alrighty, so what does Scorpio need to know? What does Scorpio need to know? What does Scorpio need to know? Let's see, a card for Scorpio. All right, one card for you, Scorpio. Let's see. The King of Swords. The person on your mind? Temperance. Past energy. Past energy. The Five of Swords. Present energy. Present energy for Scorpio and this person. The Four of Pentacles. Intuition for Scorpio. Intuition. The Empress. Challenge. What's Scorpio's challenge? Show me Scorpio's challenge. The Four of Wands. Advice. What's advice for Scorpio? What's Scorpio's advice? The Two of Cups. Guidance. I'm sorry. Person on Scorpio's mind. What are they thinking? How are they feeling? What are they doing? What's their next move? King of Cups. Or Knight of Cups, I'm sorry. All right. And your bias. Scorpio's bias. Caution and bias. Nine of Swords. And guidance for Scorpio. What's Scorpio's guidance? One more. Scorpio's guidance is the Four of Swords. At the bottom of the deck here, you've got the Hanged Man. Okay. And let's get a crystal card for you, Scorpio. Crystal card for Scorpio. Amazonite. Alrighty, so there is a lot of electromagnetic energy in the air caused by various things. Microwaves, cell phones, yada, yada, yada. This stone acts as a filter for that pollution. It opens the throat and heart chakras and allows you to see and speak your truth without the static of everyday life drowning you out. Scorpio, you may need to unplug. You may need to unplug. So turn this reading off, shut your phone down, don't even watch the rest. Bye. No, I'm kidding. So you may need to, like, they say you're not supposed to, well, sorry, not that you're not supposed to. They say that it's good for you to not look at your phone right away when you wake up. Try and step outside first. Try and get some fresh air first. Try and have a journal entry first, or have these, how do you say? Engage your mind in something that is positive and personal for you prior to looking at your phone in the morning. And they say that will drastically increase your productivity and your mood and your overall, life in general, and the way you apply yourself day to day. So try doing that. Also, maybe some of you need a social media detox. Sometimes we get online and we just continue to scroll, and it's like this constant just pressure almost that is just, it's like a low bubbling pressure underneath. And sometimes we're not even aware of it, of what it's doing to our mental state and our psyche. So yeah, that's what I'm getting here, Scorpio. Maybe you need to unplug and stop checking up on this person. I know how y'all are. All right, stop texting them. No, I'm kidding. But if you are, then yes, stop. All right, so your energy here, the King of Swords. Clarify the King of Swords for me. Clarify the King of Swords. The Knight of Materials. You're being really harsh at this time. You're making, you've made some decisions that maybe you're not happy with. You really need to commit to one side, Scorpio. Stop the back and forth. That's just confusing to people. The person on your mind, they are seeking balance and harmony at this time. They feel very like there's been an upheaval after this disconnection with you. 10 of Wands, 10 of Inspiration. Yeah, they're feeling burnt out. It's giving, you've been giving them that stinger, Scorpio. Past energy, 5 of Swords. A lot of fighting. And you knew it. The High Priestess here is clarifying the 5 of Swords. You knew it. You knew that there was something deeper going on here between you and this person. You knew about this, the energetic bond y'all shared. You knew that it was a soul bond, and this person maybe didn't recognize it. And that caused a lot of fights. And, because it hurt you that this person didn't see things the way you were, and you constantly tried to get them up to speed. And I'm seeing that they thought that was overwhelming. They literally thought it was overwhelming. They got burnt out. They were like, oh gosh, Scorpio, stop. And you were very committed to this person, and you started to get very harsh. This caused the present energy to be largely singular and alone. So 4 of Pentacles is like hoarding and keeping to oneself. It's the self card. It's keeping, hoarding materials, gathering resources, being selfish, holding on to something. So Scorpio, I'm getting here that you are definitely holding on to the idea of this connection. I'm getting here that this person kind of is too, but not in the same way. 8 of Inspiration. There's been a drastic change here. You guys are still both holding on to each other energetically. So you've got this like brutal honesty, maybe, of like, you just kind of, this is bluntness, really. This is largely mind over heart thinking. So it's like you could be very harsh on yourself and on this person at this time, and it's giving that like you need to dedicate to one or the other. It's you can't do this back and forth. This is also to show that you had a lot of dedication to this person. You were willing to go slow. You were willing to take the time. You were willing to take the time to understand them, and they just didn't really understand that, I guess. They were seeking out balance, harmony, peace. And it's what I'm getting here is wild because that's what you wanted with them. But they felt overwhelmed because they couldn't handle your depth. You wanted this with them. You wanted temperance. You wanted balance, harmony, peace. This is also talks about soulmates a little bit. You wanted to have that with this person, but they saw this whole thing as a burden. The way you deeply commit and the way you're very blunt about what you want, that person got scared. You, in the past, there was a lot of fighting. The Five of Swords here, and it created a lot of resentment. And this is because one of you knew what the other didn't. One of you could see through to the undercurrent of what was really happening between y'all, what was at the root of fights, what needed to be healed, what needed to be addressed, what was actually going on. And one person didn't. And so that caused a retreat and a big shift. There was a lot of changes that happened. They were sudden, they were rapid. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, why is this happening? And suddenly you find yourself alone, or keeping to yourself, or this person shut down and they're keeping to themselves. But what I'm getting here is like, do not lose a sense of self here. Do not lose your sense of self. Make the changes necessary to keep that intact for you. And I'll get into why, because I believe this reading has a very good outcome. So your intuition here, the Empress, the way you give love, Scorpio, it's very deep, it's very unique, it's very special, it's very, once you've dated a Scorpio, you never forget, and you'll never experience love quite like that again, they say. So the Empress here is like, you were willing to risk it all. You wanted a whole new life with this person and beginning, and you wanted to love, nurture, care for them. I'm getting here though, your intuition is like, because the Empress is the mother, right? And so, clarified by the Muse of Inspiration, yeah. So what I'm getting here is that like, you have some sort of childhood wound that really largely came into play with this person. And what you need to do is make the bold decision to kind of accept that wound so you can transcend it, Scorpio, okay? Your challenge here is reconciliation. You really want to talk to this person. You got to stop contacting them, though. Let them come to you. Let them come to you. You really want this reconciliation. You really want this reunion. It's very, Chariot, it's very hard for you to not act out on this or get in your head or feel some type of way about it. You will be victorious if you can just chill, Scorpio. Your advice here is to just love. Just love. Acceptance. Love is acceptance, right? Love is, if you love something, let it go. And if it was meant to be, if it comes back, it was meant to be. It was all, and if it doesn't, it was never yours. So your advice here is to love. Love yourself. Accept the circumstances. Give this love to your inner child, the wounded one, and allow this person to come to you. Clarified, look at that. The Lovers. Two of Cups clarified by the Lovers. That's your advice? Come on. I love it. Okay, your person, what are they thinking? How are they feeling? What's their next move? Knight of Cups. They're going to come and offer you something. They're going to want to romance you. They're going to realize what happened. They need to come to their own perspective as well. Just how you need to realize something, they are also going to realize something within that really played a part in this connection, why they felt so overwhelmed by your love. And they're going to want to come give that back to you because they're going to realize, oh my gosh, Scorpio was so good to me. Why did I run away? Why did I feel overwhelmed by that? That's what I'm getting here. They're learning to appreciate what they didn't. value and appreciate the first time. And in order for them to do that, you got to give them room to appreciate it. If they're in a energy of if they're non-appreciative in that energy, the more you give to them, the more they're going to despise it. They're like, oh gosh, this is terrible. So like, take it away so they can realize what they're missing. This will happen in divine timing, the wheel. I'm going to clarify these two, and then I'm going to run through those one more time. Your bias and caution, 9 of Swords, clarified by the Queen of Emotions. And then the 4 of Swords here in your guidance, clarified by the 10 of Voices. And then at the bottom, you got the 6 of Inspiration. The 6 of Inspiration. The 6 of Inspiration. Okay, sorry. Alrighty, so you need to heal some sort of wound here. You need to give yourself love and affection and birth a new beginning for yourself. It's going to take bold decisions. It's going to take big picture thinking. You need to look at the way you show up in love. Your intuition's telling you maybe you gave too much. Maybe you gave too much to a person who wasn't ready, and you knew that. You knew that, Scorpio, High Priestess. And you still... It's almost as if you knew what was going to happen and you still kept doing it anyway because you're like, maybe I can like do it this way, even though I know the universe doesn't work this way and it's probably going to backfire, but I'm going to do it anyway because I make up my own rules. And it's like, Scorpio, stop. You knew better. But hey, you know what? You needed to learn something, and this uncovered a wound within you that you were not aware of fully. So you knew the dynamics of the situation. You didn't know how unhealed that part of you still was, though. And that's something you found out here. And that's a good thing, Scorpio. So you can now make it better. And your challenge here is that this reconciliation, this reunion you really want, it's a hard road forward. But you are going to be victorious if you are determined to keep your eyes on the road. You know, the chariot, they're holding the reins. It's a bumpy ride. It's twisty and turny. But as long as you keep your eyes on the road, you know the path. You know the path forward. And as long as you don't let go of the reins, you will be victorious. You will reach your destination. You will have this reunion. Okay? Your advice here, though, is to give. Stop. Be open to receiving. I'm going to tell you something right now. The reason you give to unavailable people after they've already showed you they are unavailable is because subconsciously you are emotionally unavailable. Subconsciously, you are comfortable in a situation where you don't actually get all of them, but they're not fully rejecting you either. So you can remain in your comfort zone there and have this situationship where you get some of your needs met, but not all, because it allows you to also have a little bit of ambiguity and not be totally seen. And you get to kind of ease into your fear of intimacy, of being totally seen by a person. Because if you were to actually go out and face real rejection, you would be devastated if somebody turned and sized you up and said, no, then left. So you pick people who half choose you. And this is because subconsciously you are emotionally unavailable. And so when you continue, what I'm getting here is that when you continue to give, what you need to do is be open to receiving, because you are not open to receiving. That's the reason you overgive. It's the reason you shut down. It's the reason you are stuck on a person who has shown that they are not emotionally available, and you continue to try. You're not open to receiving true blessings and love. So that is something that this wound has created within you. And you need to address it within yourself and go inward at this time and take this bumpy path forward. And just it's a rough road, but it will be worth it, because look, your advice here is to really, really embrace love. Two of Cups, lovers. Start becoming the vibration and the internal sense of knowing and being of the things you want. Start embodying that energy. Your person, in due time, in divine timing, they will come in, they will make a move towards you, and it will be to romance you, love you, give you this cup, give you their cup, give you the cup they never gave. Give it time, Scorpio. And I know divine timing is like, well, when? Can't say when. But stop focusing on it. That's the point. You're so fixated on it. You can, what's the saying? A watched pot never boils. Stop it. Go live your life, Scorpio. You will be rewarded for doing that. Your bias here is the pain you have faced, trauma, and the healing. And I think what's biased about it is that maybe you think that this is one-sided and that this person doesn't have the same type of feelings, and that they didn't have that this you're like, well, why are they overwhelmed? Why are they burnt out? Why are they stressed? Why are they running away? What did I do? It's like, we have to understand different perspectives, and this person is very overwhelmed by their own wounds of what they associate with love. And so your love, your healthy love that you wanted to give them, was scary to them. It really triggered them. And so the pain you felt when that happened, when they pulled away, and you continued to try, because then you were triggered. Your wound was triggered, so you try and fight for the love that they weren't giving you. And they're running away. You guys are both reenacting childhood wounds. And so, like, you need to realize you're not alone here. This person's largely hurting too. This person has a large healing journey to do as well. Okay? But it looks like in your openness to receiving and doing you, this person is going to also do them and become more open to giving and receiving in that regard. And when that happens, that's when, boom, they're going to come back in. So look, your bias is the way you heal and the way you look at your pain. You need to look at it differently and understand that it is something that teaches you a lesson, and you need to transform it. You are the phoenix, and you're able to do this, and you need to tell yourself the good story. Stop telling yourself the bad story. So, for example, one of my exes, they literally cheated on me a million times. I didn't find out until later that, like, pretty much the entire relationship, they were unfaithful, and just a lot of terrible things happened. Now, I could sit here and say that was a waste of my time. They really, really messed me up, and made it hard to trust people, and they were just so terrible, and yada 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 yada. But no, I'm not going to sit here and tell that story. I don't need. Well, I'm done. I just told you. But it's to make a point. The story I tell is, it didn't work out. It was really tough, but I learned so much. I learned true forgiveness. I learned that I don't actually, because at first I was like, I wanted to forgive him, and I said I did, but then I realized that I only consciously did, and there was a deeper thing there, and this resentment built in me that I was unaware of, and then I blew up one day over the smallest thing, and I just let it all out, and all this terrible hellfire came out of my mouth. And it's like, oh wow, I actually haven't forgiven you. So, like, I learned that it takes me a while to forgive somebody, and it's not just a conscious thing. You can't just be like, I forgive you. You want to, but like, you got to do that deeper internal work. So I learned that about myself. That was great. And I learned what true forgiveness is and how to actually facilitate it. I also learned how to let go of something that I still wanted. because I had to let go of it because it was not healthy for me. It was hurting me, and this person was not valuing me the way I deserve to be valued. So it's like, sure, I might want them, but like I don't want this. And so I had to learn how to let go, and like it was a lot. And they like, oh gosh, I won't go into it. They trashed my apartment. It was crazy. So like I learned a lot about how I handle situations, and I took all that information and I decided to be grateful for it. I decided to forgive, and I decided to extend my grace to this person and say, you know what, I forgive you, and I hope you I hope you figure it out, and I hope you find happiness, and I hope don't take this situation and make it into like a returning trauma, a repeated pattern. You know what I mean? Like we all deserve happiness. So there, I'm done with my rant. But what I'm saying is like, you got to find the good in the bad. That is how you can rewrite your past by changing your perspective. Okay, you can rewrite your past. You can change history by changing your perspective. Your guidance here is to take a rest. This ending here made you feel really defeated, really ruined, really just like you've been hurt deeply and stabbed in the back and you failed at something, but like stop it. That's not the case. You're telling yourself the negative story. Quit it. Take a rest. Take a chill pill, Scorpio. Lay down. Lay down. Will you sit down, please? Just take some time to yourself, okay? And really work on going beneath the wound. I'm sorry, beneath the surface of what happened and finding the wound and really working on a new perspective there. That's what you see here at the bottom of the deck, the new perspective, the Hanged Man. You're releasing something, you're finding a new perspective. Six of Inspiration is about pride and recognition. So not only are you going to have to put your pride aside to kind of look at this in the way you need to in order to heal it, but you will be recognized for this. This transformation that it's going to bring about in you is going to get you some sort of recognition. Somebody's going to notice the change. And I'm thinking this person will definitely, once the shift in energy happens, they will be moving back towards you. And it's partially, you got to have this transformation take place before that happens. Okay, look at that. As I'm saying it, reach out. Not you. Do not reach out to them. They're going to reach out to you. You've already reached out enough. Scorpio. Okay. Get what I want. Look at that. You're going to get what you want, Scorpio. You're going to get what you want. They're going to reach out to you. Have faith. Trust in the universe, okay? Put your faith in the universe and trust it. You're brilliant. You are brilliant, Scorpio. You are brilliant. You know how to get to the bottom of this. You know how to heal it. You know how to, look at that, be supportive of yourself. Be supportive of yourself. Don't know why I say that way. Okay, let's, gentle, quieted heart. Okay. Really get in touch with your heart, Scorpio. Like I was saying here. And be firmer. Yeah. I'm not going to say you're a pushover, Scorpio, because you're not. But you give way too much after you've already seen that it's not being appreciated. You keep giving. So you need to be firmer, set firmer boundaries, be some more supportive of yourself, understand you know what you deserve, you know how you want to be treated, and you need to be firmer about that. You are brilliant. You know how to get through this. You know how to quiet your mind and then get in touch with your gentle heart beneath the surface. Understand that it's also a little fragile and that maybe you've had walls up that you're not aware of, that you've been, like I said, when you're chasing somebody who's emotionally unavailable and you continue to do so after you've seen it, it's because you are also emotionally unavailable, and you deep down you know it. And for those of you that didn't know it, when I said it earlier, you had some moment, and explore that, because it will facilitate this whole change. Okay. And you're going to get what you want, and this person will reach out once you're able to do all that. But really, just take your time. Take your time to yourself. There's not a need to rush it. Divine timing. Okay, Scorpio, so that's all I have for you today. I really hope it helped. Thank you.
Feel like we've reached a crossroads. Ooh, don't you hate them ultimatums? But we need a revelation to save us. Stuck in the moment, it seems. The more I think, the more I don't know. I'm looking for a sign. Where's your devotion?